All right, welcome to another episode of Fuck You Dad, everybody. This week we got a very good guest, very funny comedian and friend of mine, Tim Smith, everyone. Tim, thanks for coming on the pod. What's up, man?
Thanks for having me, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. What are you drinking right there? What's your beverage of choice?
I just switched. This is a Greyhound. This is my new summer bevy.
It's called a Greyhound?
Yeah, so it's just vodka and grapefruit juice. And it's a hitter.
It sounds better than being named a Greyhound.
No, see, I like because it's like a
Greyhound to me, it's
beverage.
like I'm just drinking fucking bathtub gin, like passed out on the sidewalk. It's like, what?
See, I like it because it
sounds
kind of
nice.
like mans up the drink a little bit for me because it's a pink drink.
Right, so
But
you gotta
then when
call it
say
something wild.
Greyhound. It's like, oh shit, you're like actually drinking something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
like a complete pussy.
You're like this.
But it's a perfect summer bevy. I
when
try to
you
mix up the. I go like 6 months straight with one drink, and then I switch it, and try to keep my body guessing.
Right. No, we had a conversation about how we both needed to quit beer because it was making us like on my 600-pound life, like within 24 hours.
Dude,
The beer
I
doesn't,
mean-
you never, because especially if you have like 12 of them, you're like, that was 2 days worth of food.
calories. It's
That was
insane.
insane. You're like, that was not worth it to like bitch it to my friends for 4 hours and be like, hey,
Well,
I
and then
just
you can like
gained.
see it in your face. Like my mom is like very brutal about the way that I look. Like she's
Yeah.
she needs me to stay thin, like so she feels good. So
Right.
like when I was like drinking a shit ton of beer, she'd call me. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "What? What are you talking about?" She's like, "You look like shit, Tim. What are
Yeah.
you?" She's like, "Your eyeballs don't even look like they're there."
You gotta
You
love
know
that
what,
one
that's-
family
that's a
member or
good-
parent that is almost like you need that person in your life to tell you what you actually look like. Because other people be like, you look great. You call them and you're like, you're fucking your face.
Dude, that's my mom. My mom just absolutely is brutal about. I'll show up and she's like, "Oh, you're getting fat." You
See,
just
my
look
mom's the
fat."
opposite. She's Italian, and whenever she sees that I gain weight, she like throws a party.
No, same with
She's
my
like,
mom, dude.
Oh, it's a good thing. He's
Be fat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Salvadorians too. Like I was trying to lose weight because I have like a beer belly from quarantine, and when I was at her house, it literally is like beer, countless food every night. Like it literally is just like I don't want you to get laid ever. Like I would like you to never be able to take your shirt off without the need to apologize. Like that's my mom's dream scenarios. I just got a couple of man tits peeking out from a shirt. Basically, I need hoodies or more to look good for the rest of my life.
Someone
You-
rolls
you
around,
should
you're like,
walk
nah,
out into-
this is not for me. Not
You
good.
should
See,
walk
my
out
mom
in-
like wants me to like. She's like, I need you to be out fucking. Like, I need you.
Your mom's
Yeah.
like,
I
you
need
can
to
do
know
better
you're
than your
getting
current-
pussy.
Yeah.
I need to know this.
Yeah.
I don't know why she gives a shit, but she's on my ass about it. So I had to switch to something a little less. I don't know, Kenny. We talked about it. The beer was just ruining.
But you
my
get
life.
drunk too quickly is the problem with when I'm like, let me start drinking the whiskey ginger. Then you have 4 of those and you wake up at a fucking bus date. You're just like, how did this happen?
That's why it's called the Greyhound. Is you
Yeah.
drink 4 and then you end up on the back of that bus going
Like
to
this.
Missouri or something.
I need to I'll just stick with beer and get fat as fuck. I'm sorry, Mom. I took
Yeah.
a Greyhound to fucking Montana after 3 weeks.
But there's just something about like, let me start my night. And then you're just like, you start slurring when you're talking to people socially. And you're like, well, this is too much too
Yeah.
fast.
And then they're looking at you like, let me pull it together.
It's
8:30 p.m. Also, I just I turn into a demon sometimes when I drink too much. I met a dude last night from LA or 2 nights ago from LA. I had a couple of these before I went out. I had a couple of drinks out talking to this. He's the nicest guy in the world. Pretty funny comic. I'm asking him how long he's been doing. I'm drunk as a skunk. I'm like, how long you been doing, guy? He's like, oh, about 15 years. I was like, oh, you should be way funnier. Like, what?
Yeah.
Why, Tim?
No, I'm the same way where
Why?
like every mean impulse is just fired out.
It just
like,
comes right out. And he was a funny comic. I don't even know why I said it.
But when someone says 15 years and you're like, I have to ask who you are at a bar, you're kind of like, oh, so it isn't going well. If it's 15 years and you're hanging out with me and you're not telling me your drink order for the green room, like you have failed. You have
Okay, that's a
failed
fair
for green.
point. That's a fair point.
Like if someone's like, oh, I've been doing it for about 2 decades, and I'm like, and you're moving here to do open mics? Okay,
Interesting.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, cool.
That 6 didn't go as well as he thought it did.
Yeah, if
I
I
mean,
did it for
right.
10 and I was in your position, I would change my name and leave the country. But that's fine. See me in Brazil bartending, but that's all right.
But it's like, why? Why even say that? All I had to say was, oh, nice.
yeah,
if
that's
I-
all,
That's it. Oh, nice.
I did that one.
You should be way funnier.
There's
fucking,
a comic.
what am I doing?
Burning
wrong with
bridges, Tim. That's all you're
Yeah,
doing.
Just
That's
burning. The bridge wasn't even made yet.
No,
There
yeah.
was no. We had just met.
You said ashes to the construction company before they arrived on site. Set fire to their trucks.
Yeah, you're like, this is a river. There will never be a connection.
I mean, just and then I gotta send him a message the next day. Hey, like I was just
that's the worst.
fucking around.
I do a lot of that. I do a lot
can't
of
tell
that.
you, I mean, the amount of apologizing I do, I think people aren't even buying it anymore.
No one buys it for me because I'm also like, hey man, I'm sorry about that. I genuinely meant every word that I said.
yeah.
I was
Sorry
just-
for telling you how I truly feel, but
I generally have a better handle on it. I was really drunk and feeling myself though, and if I could, I would say that to you every day. So I'm
Dude,
sorry about that.
The worst
that's
I've ever
like-
had to apologize was when I was way too drunk at my favorite band's concert. The last concert I went to, I was way too hammered to be there, and I love the music so much. This is such a piece of corny thing to say, but I was so hammered and at that concert that I was like uncontrollable. Like I was acting out the lyrics, like physically. He says in a song, "Get down on my knees," and I was physically
come
getting
on.
down on my knees.
Can't
And
be
then I would apologize to people around me because there was
as you
like
should have.
yeah, appropriate. You get on your
yeah,
knees and beg
that's-
for forgiveness. It's pretty brutal.
That's everyone around that deserves an apology. That's
There-
horrifying.
I did- I
This is the
did
thing to
too.
do at a night out. There's
They're like, dude, I mean, we hear the lyrics too, but Jesus Christ,
yeah.
not that good of a song.
Yeah.
Who was
So
what's
many-
the band?
Lord Huron.
That's wild. That's a wild.
They're like a folk rock band.
I
So it's
know,
kind
which
of
is
mellow
it's an
music.
interesting. I've listened to it after breakups, and that's an interesting band to have. Is like I'm gonna go rage listening to Lord.
I know. I'm a
Like, what are you, a
I connect to
17-year-old
weird
girl?
shit.
yeah,
kinda.
You show your cuts to the fucking.
There's
the
so
band.
many. There's so many couples that show up where like it's the girlfriend's music and the guy's just there, and they would be in front of me, and I'm like screaming the lyrics and like tearing my shirt off, and the boyfriend goes like, this was one couple specifically. I heard the boyfriend go to his girlfriend and go, "This motherfucker behind us knows every word. Can we move?" And then they moved.
God.
They moved to the other, and that was when I yelled at them. I was like, "Sorry, I'm sorry."
No, God, you should. Yeah, just change your name.
And this
Yeah,
is
that's-
just drunk behavior. You weren't like on Molly or doing
No,
anything.
no. I
This
was
is
just
just
really
drunk
drunk.
Nick.
That's
I mean,
inexcusable.
stoned too.
Molly would get
That's
you, but
like
just
Molly,
alcohol,
yeah. Like if you're on some sort of, but just drunk, rolling around on the ground, crying.
Yeah.
singing the lyrics.
at a folk music concert where it's we set fire to our insides, and it's just
Yeah.
Nick screaming and crying on the ground.
I love that shit. I eat that shit up.
Oh, hey, buddy. So do I, alone in my apartment.
Yeah,
with
there's a
no
time. There's a
respect.
time and a place. Nick. Jesus.
You have a drink alone. You cry. You say you miss her. You know she's never gonna answer your call. I don't rave around on the streets
Yeah,
screaming
no,
lyrics.
I get it. You're better than me.
And that yes, yeah, yeah. But,
Who are you there with, Nick?
Oh, my buddies that were filming me.
yeah. I met. What did your buddies
Oh.
think? Where they were like, yeah, it was. You're like, dude, great night, really vibing. They're like, yeah, it was pretty good. Do you care if we
They-
get different Ubers? Just
Yeah.
curious. Do you care if
They
we get a
were-
separate ride home?
They were kind of trying to corral me in, but it.
Right. They were
It
trying to. They
wasn't
were trying to
working.
put a fucking straitjacket on you to get you off the building.
I mean, here's the thing: is I have a tattoo of the band.
right.
Oh,
And I
boy.
was
Yeah,
asking-
the rabbit hole keeps getting deep.
I was gonna say, okay.
It gets worse and
Yeah.
it gets worse and worse. But I was asking people. It's on my shoulder. I was asking people to slap the tattoo,
Oh my.
and it was beat. It was. It looked like 3rd degree burned. It was so red from.
Nick, I feel like I'm meeting you for the first time right now. I don't think I've ever. I didn't know any of this like dynamic to your personality, and it's
Yeah.
alarming. Honestly,
Yeah, I didn't know either. It's well, Nick's got a sweetie side when he's not, gambling or bitching about not getting booked. He's like, oh, he's listening to folk music and
rolling around on the ground,
yeah,
bumming his friends
and
out.
crying, over his breakup from, I guess, just most comedy institutions.
Yeah, that's what it really is.
Well, Nick, how'd the night end up? It seemed like you had more to that story.
So the night ended up with me on the phone with my girlfriend getting in a fight and then vomiting out
Look,
the
the
window
girlfriend
of an
didn't come
Uber.
with you to the folk.
She knew what was about to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
She knew.
she
She's
knows
seen
better
it too
than that.
many times before.
Yeah, she goes, I see you when you're just listening to that music on your computer. I don't want to be anywhere near you when you're at a concert.
Right.
Was it the I love you call? I love you so much.
That's
I miss you and I love you.
It was she calling me. She was calling me and she was like, "Hey, what's up?" And I said, "I tell you what's up. My friends fucking suck."
Yep, there it is.
Okay.
Of
Yeah,
course,
that's a bad level of drunk when everyone's like, "Oh, I got some things to say."
Oh, you want to know what's up?
I have a manifesto in the frontal dome, ready to go.
Oh, it's funny you ask because I've been wanting to tell somebody what's up. It's incredible.
Oh
Incredible.
man.
So,
Tim, did you? Okay, I've been. Where are you from, Tim? Are you from Chicago? You're not.
no, I moved here from Louisiana. But I moved to Louisiana from New York. So Louisiana was my sixth state to live in
Holy.
Oh, damn.
before I
moly.
was 14.
Are you
yeah.
like a military brat or?
No, just shitty parents.
My dad was on the run. My dad was on the FBI most wanted, so we.
I mean, that's like always the question, like, because everybody just says, "Oh, I mean, no parents would do that to their kids for no reason."
Yeah. They must be
Of course,
fighting
it was the
terrorists
military.
somewhere. Yeah.
No, they were like, "Hey, pack your shit." I was like, "Well, great," because I haven't even unpacked from the last time we moved, so I'm kind of good to go. But yeah, I was in Louisiana for like I was there the most of the time. So 8th grade, I went to college there, and then worked there for a little bit. Been here for 5 years, so I'm kind of
Okay.
just from nowhere, really.
Gotcha.
Really. Yeah, it sounds like you just stayed at Airbnbs essentially.
Pretty much, yeah.
Just moved around. What was there any motivation, or your dad just keeps getting like pamphlets from small towns, and he's like, Louisiana is where it's.
So my mom is one of 6 from Louisiana, and we were in upstate New York, and she was like, "Dude, fuck this, like this,"
which is correct.
Yeah, I mean it's absolute trash. But my dad's an only child, so their whole family was all in Louisiana.
Okay.
So it was just like, what the fuck are we doing here? So they packed us up, mid 8th grade year and moved us to the complete opposite end of the country. So if there is a fuck you, Dad, I guess it would be like, hey, like this wasn't great for my mental well-being as an adult.
Yeah. Why are you afraid of intimacy? I had to be ripped from where I live.
Constantly.
6 months or so.
Constantly.
Oh, I don't want to get close to you because then my dad's gonna call me, tell we're moving to Oklahoma.
I was like, neat, you made a friend? Let's leave. It's time to go, buddy.
You'll never see him again.
You'll never, because this is pre-Facebook, pre-everything.
You never see him.
That person you really enjoy, you'll never see that face.
Yeah, literally
again.
never. Yeah.
So yeah, it was. I don't know. It's definitely fucked me up as an adult for sure.
But that's why you're doing comedy, is because you got used to like adapting to new environments and being likable. Because when you're a new kid, you're either two things. You're either weird and never thought about again, or you're like a cool new friend guy that is like a. So I feel like that's what you did. Is like
it did help with like I was like, all right, well, fucking got to tap dance for these people.
Yeah, gotta do the hot 10 for 4th grade.
Yeah, I was like, do you guys think of
class? Hit them with the classics.
I would love
pen and the sharpener.
Yeah,
the fake
Tim
fart
comes
noise.
into like a fresh elementary school classroom and just like shakes a box of crayons and he's like, Crayola, right?
Just murder. People are like, this guy's got something.
Yeah,
this fucking guy.
Should we invite him to play tag later? He can make the tag showcase ready to go.
I think he's a good tag hang, man.
Yeah,
He looks kind
guy's
of built.
good.
Oh,
guy's
God
good.
Damn it.
He's my field day partner. I don't want to go,
Yeah, whatever.
Dude, I
you do.
remember the
If
new
either
kids.
of you, either of you guys ever make a complete mistake and have a child, don't do that to them.
No, yeah, no.
Keep them in one. Just keep them in one spot. They'll never even think
that
about
spot
doing
will be a
comedy.
dumpster
It'll be
behind Planned Parenthood. That spot will be Highway 44 as he
Or some
wanders
sort
his
of
way.
like stem cell ejection. That will be your home, son.
His spot will be the missed calls on my cell phone for the rest of my life. Dad? No. I would love to break a cycle, but Daddy's got some bits to do.
No, if I had a son, I'd tell him, you got to do what I did. You got to make a podcast, buddy.
Yeah. You get to 10K downloads. We'll call again.
We'll call.
Motivation.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll jump on
dangle the carrot in front of
That's
you
a great first episode.
This is motivation for you, son. I'm helping you. Incredible. But no, I've been here for 5 years. Right. 5 years in August.
Were you like did you get in any trouble in high school, or were you like a straight lace kind of keep it low key kind of guy?
I was I played basketball, so I went to like a very like religious school, so we had a 24-hour rule, and I was terrified of my I thought I was gonna what
does that mean, a 24-hour rule?
Where like if we got in trouble on the weekend, we got in trouble with the school and like with the basketball team, and so we were like always accountable to the school. But like every white guy in high school, I was like, I'm probably gonna go play for Duke at some point.
Right? No, you're gonna go pro.
I mean, like without
everything
a doubt,
else has worked out for me. Can I not do basketball?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm pretty good at this. I mean, I got 8 points last game.
Yeah.
So like, I took basketball like stupidly way too seriously. So like in high school, I was pretty, I was like a troublemaker at school, but like outside of school, not really. Until like the end of my junior year and senior year, I started boozing, and then it was, I was kind of a mess for a little while.
Right.
But,
Louisiana is hard too. Like New Orleans with the 24-hour bars, they're not encouraging you to be a sane human being.
They're not. Almost the opposite.
For a teenager.
Do what?
It must be hard to be like a sober teenager in Louisiana, because I feel like they drink.
Well, people have this idea of Louisiana that like we're just wrestling crocodiles and alligators and drinking moonshine, and that's not real. I mean, like there are some parts of Louisiana that are insanely, podunk and weird as fuck. But like I was in Baton Rouge. It was just like any suburb you've ever seen in your life.
Right.
But if it wasn't for basketball, I'd have been a booze bag for sure. But then once you got that sweet nectar on your tongue, it was like, oh, this is way more fun.
Yeah,
than what I've been doing. And like Duke never called. Like Coach K never reached out. It was kind of horseshit.
Yeah. If they called right now, would you throw everything away?
Clearly.
Would you throw
they're definitely
away?
looking for a 34-year-old.
Yeah, 30. We need a 34-year-old alcoholic on the. I would love to do it just like a reality TV show. It's just prime athletes, prime their life, 34-year-old alcohol, and it's just you running down the court, like vomiting and passing out.
Fucking God!
Yeah,
finally give me a shot.
Yeah, God.
That's another gripe I had with my dad to go with the podcast, is he gave me the garbage shot of sperm. My dad's 6'5" and played Division I basketball.
Oh my God.
And then look at this.
Oh, that's why you cared about basketball.
Look what happened here.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, I've seen you. You ain't.
It's a dog shit shot of sperm.
Yeah. Dribble coming.
No,
I mean, I'm like, come on, man.
Like reversed, right? You're like 5'6".
What?
Bro, you're so drunk. You just chose two different numbers. I think his dad.
No, you said
it's reversed. You're like 4'18".
No,
5'6".
He's 5. Yeah. How
Do you
tall
have
are
any
you?
gauge on 5'6"?
Oh, he's offended. Yeah, how tall are you? Like 5'9"?
I don't have a good
somewhere, but 5'6" is like. And I'm not like a guy that's like, dude, I'm like 6'1", but like 5'6" is like I have to clear the air for anybody that listens or watches. I am not 5'6".
Okay, you're like 5'10", 5'10". Anybody that I'm taller than, I assume they're like, yeah.
Well, you're not taller than me.
Oh, I love this elementary
okay,
school.
Here we go.
They're about to pull an Uber to
here
Nick's
we
house.
go.
5'6" is just, I can't get over. 5'6", Nick? You invite me onto this thing to accuse me of being 5'6"?
You're a short guy. No, you're doing this thing. You're a short guy. You're not the tallest guy. You're not
He's
gonna
average. I'll defend it. He's got to be a 5'8", a 5'10".
My own co-host isn't on my side right now, but this
Jesus
motherfucker's
Christ.
5'6". He's not a 5'6". Let's stop just throwing the man's name
around. Like I can turn it around.
I mean,
like,
this is
I
really.
can fight with a
You
guest
invite
on
me
this
on here
podcast,
for
like,
this. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Just delete this
go
whole
see
fucking
him live and tell me how tall he is. Go see him live and tell me how tall he is.
How tall he is and how old he is.
I'm a 5'4", 38-year-old man. I've never had my feelings hurt more on a podcast.
Yeah.
Good. Hold it with you. I'm
Oh,
so
God.
aggressive right now. I love it.
No.
I've never felt.
What are you drinking there, Nick? You have quite the goblet in your hand.
I'm drinking Jameson and Modelo.
Oh, I've never even heard of that combo.
Wait,
Well,
are
I
they
don't drink
mixed together, or do you have a Modelo and a?
Oh, I
No,
thought you
Jesus
mixed them
Christ.
together because you're insane. I thought
No,
you're just
what
having
the
them together.
fuck? Oh, how much respect? Jeez. Tim's 5'6" though, but I drink Jameson and Modelo separately.
Yeah, as you should. I thought for a second you just mixed them together because you're on that stage, you're like not giving a fuck with your night, and I was like, it's a level of adventure I haven't heard of.
5'6". So like Spud Webb is like 5'6". I can't get off of this. 5'6". God, just the.
Yeah, we have to respect.
You know how you
he's not
start
5'6".
to like you start realizing the way people see you, and you're like, oh no,
Yes, everything's wrong. Yeah, no.
this is
nothing
terrible
is you as a
news.
person, Tim. Like, you're a fun guy, very funny. I respect you a ton, but yeah, you're like
Yeah,
5'6",
you're legally a
5'7".
midget. I mean, it is what it is.
This is gonna be. We're gonna have to do this where no one else can see Nick, but we're gonna go stand back to back next time we see each other.
Yeah, no, I will do that.
And we're not gonna say anything out loud. It's gonna be an understanding between us when we see each
Yeah.
other. And we're gonna go like, let's figure this thing out.
Oh my god.
No, I want other people to see because I want them to know that I know who you are.
What does that mean?
Yeah, no, you don't. Did he killed a stripper one time? Even you're accusing him of being slightly shorter than the average.
I know
public.
the real Tim.
Not even that big of a deal. I know who you are.
Shoes before. I know what kind of shoes he's wearing. He's wearing those fucking pumps.
God, if you're right, I'm gonna be upset.
You wear those fucking pumps that pump up your height.
That would be an insane conspiracy for a man to have. Just
That he has lifts in his shoes.
Yeah. Just for no reason. It's
God,
like
if you start that rumor, I'm gonna be dead. I can't handle that much heat. 5'6", but between being 5'6" and being accused of being like 48 years old, I am just getting
Self-esteem is
brutalized by the
bad.
Chicago comedy scene right now.
Shit, man. Well,
Incredible.
so how did your dad feel about the switch from basketball to comedy?
Well, it was basketball. I mean, it wasn't even like a switch. It's just like no colleges were like, we would love a 5'4" point guard.
It was just over. Yeah, it was a different.
Yeah, it was just
But-
done. It wasn't like a
Right.
big, like we never sat down like, Tim, is this really something you want
Right.
to give up? Everybody was like, we want nothing to do with
It's
you.
over. Yeah.
Or your
Yeah.
basketball ability.
Yeah.
So then it was just college, and then I worked in Louisiana for 5 years, and I was like, okay, fuck this, and then comedy.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That's cool. Has your dad seen your stand up?
they flew up here when I was at Zany's one weekend, and they just thought it was the coolest thing.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
all.
they like at first my mom was like, you're gonna die of a drug overdose,
Oh,
and
right,
like, you're
yeah,
gonna be,
yeah,
you know.
That's what you hope. Yeah.
That's what you hope.
No.
That's
That's
kind of
making
best
it.
case scenario for
yeah,
most
yeah, yeah.
people.
Well, then you're out of. Hey, he could have made it. He
Yeah,
was
it's like, no, he was one of those guys that like he was such a genius, but he just couldn't battle his own demons,
Yeah.
and he ended up
That's
dying in a
amazing.
fucking gutter somewhere.
Yeah.
But like, you know, for a while they were like, "Oh motherfucker, like, please don't do this." I think when they realized that it was just happening and that's what was going on, then they kind of get on board now. Now they're all excited. They're like, "Oh
Right.
shit, you got a new 3 that worked?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah,
They're like, "Oh
it's-
my god, he's really doing it."
Yeah. It's one of those things where when you get so much shit at the start because people are like, "You crazy piece of
You
shit. You think you're
stupid
funny? I'm
piece
funny."
of
But
shit.
if you ever get anything like, either you kill at a show they're at, you get, I don't know, something really big. They're
Well,
like,
then everybody knew.
yeah, they're like, oh yeah. Then they're like, I always win, but when you were a fetus, you were just making me laugh in the ultrasound.
Everyone knew at that point.
Yeah.
You know, this guy's got it. But at the
Yeah.
beginning, it's like, you delusional fuck.
Yeah, no, you're
What
an
do you
idiot.
do? Which, to be fair, is
It's
98.
It's correct.
Yeah. It's
It's
the
correct.
right assumption for
Right.
sure.
Yes, absolutely. Especially, I hit him with the double whammy when I was like, "Hey guys, I want to go to, instead of going to a state college, I want to go to a community college, so I have more time for stand-up comedy.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
That seems like an interesting path.
That's an
But
old
then-
Yeller moment right there. You just take it to the yard and shoot him. I mean, it's like, what do you do?
This one's lost. He's completely lost.
Yeah.
Not yet. Down.
Yeah, well, I had the degree from the school, and so that was fine. So she's like, all right, they have that under control. Fucking, I had Lizzie, so they knew I have like an anchor. I wasn't just gonna be like out.
Yeah.
You know, they felt a little safe about it. At least I think if it was just me moving up here, I'd probably have been dead in 2 years. But,
You also gave them enough things to be proud of. You're like, I had a good job. I did the university. I have like a cool person I'm dating. So it's like
I did that shit.
Yeah, I did it. Now I'm gonna do something different for them.
Let me do a little something for Timmy. You know.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah, me and Nick denied our family that month. They're like, he never had. Yeah, like you
never had anything going.
He was a C student in high school. He just started screaming at strangers in a bar, and now he's betting his entire life and ours on that.
We're like those fireworks that aren't duds, but they don't fully explode. They just kind of a bubble in the lake. Yeah.
You're like, I see what it was going for, but it sucks. I hated that.
So like, the big one cut. They watch your sets. They have to believe in you more than you believe in you, because you're like, this is the only even mildly redeemable thing. About you, you know.
I mean, when I started in Louisiana, I didn't tell anybody I did it
as you
for about 10 months.
That's smart.
It's the move. Yeah,
I didn't tell anybody until Lizzie. We signed a lease up here, and we were already like going. I was like, oh, by the way, I've been doing stand up. I'm quitting this career, and we're scooting up to Chicago. And then people were like, what? It made it seem a lot crazier than maybe it was, just because it was so sudden. But I certainly didn't want anybody to see me fucking.
No, those first sets are
so God. That's why I never understand people that show up with like a crew of people.
Idiotic. Yeah.
And it's like, how long you be doing? They're like, oh, this is my 5th time on stage. And you're like, oh no. You're gonna ruin all of these. It's the equivalent of Nick rolling around at that concert. So you're gonna ruin all of these friendships.
It's just like you're gonna learn. One day you're gonna learn, and it's gonna be very.
It's gonna be a tough day. It's gonna be a hard one.
Yeah, I was so
I've had those too. I've had those like Tinder people who I'm like, oh, come see me.
I would never do that.
Come see me do stand up. Well, that was like when I was like 2 months in or something. Come see me do stand up at the open mic. And it's me and in front of 2 couples just being like, so I don't have sex. I don't want any part of this guy.
God. You're just back there talking to her like, don't worry, I'm up 44th on this one.
You're only gonna be here for 3 hours. You're gonna see everyone tell their thoughts from boring to most offensive. It's gonna be a great time.
And it's okay because beers are only $10.
Yeah,
so
it's
like
it's fine. Or it's the Dirk and saying we're like, don't worry, I got us a bracelet. Don't worry. $1 beers and as much pizza as you can stuff in your fat ass. It's gonna be incredible. No, Lizzie did come to my first open mic, but we've been together for 5 years at that point. So it was like, you know,
she's in.
Yeah,
she's in. Yeah, there's nothing you could do to. Well, you hope there isn't a bit that is.
I mean, I'm digging. I'm looking everywhere, but it's funny, like from her perspective, because she was more nervous than I was, because she's like, I don't know how to tell you if you're terrible.
That's a good point.
I thought about it from the other perspective, and that would be really hard. Like,
you get off, and they just have to be like, neat job. You were up there.
Yeah, no, they'd be like, you stood up there. That's good.
Let's didn't totally humiliate both of us here. This is great.
Oh boy,
dude, there was one show that my girlfriend's parents showed up to. This is in Minneapolis, and I thought it was a booked show because I emailed the club. They emailed me back. They were like, "Yeah, we have it all booked for Friday through Saturday, but if you want to do a spot on Thursday, you can come." And I was like, "Oh yeah, for sure." Thought it was a real show, invited like her parents and my friend's parents, like 2 of my friends' parents.
That's high stakes. That's
high stakes. High stakes, but these people.
Unless you're headlining that club, absolutely not.
And it was
even then, it's like the 7 or maybe 9 on the Saturday.
Yeah.
Like, don't come to the Sunday. I don't care.
Don't come to the late show. Don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to be right before you're filming a special. Things need to be right.
I went
Sick.
full blown, everybody in the email list, and I did. The set actually went okay because it was a club full of people, and like it was an open mic, so a lot of people weren't great, and then I went up and I did pretty well, so it made it seem like, you know what I mean, like
You're better than
the
others.
cheerleader
Yeah.
effect. It kind of
Yeah,
gave me
yeah,
the
yeah.
cheerleader effect.
That's good.
But I do a lot of sex jokes, and
Yeah, that's uncomfortable for the girlfriend's parents.
my girlfriend's parents were there, and after the show, everyone were like, "Oh, you did great." The first thing that her dad said immediately was like, "So you're up there making stuff up, right? Like it's a fun."
You're like, my daughter didn't do that, right?
Yeah.
You
like
look me
doing
in the
joke
face and
stuff.
tell me my daughter didn't do that because I'm gonna go shoot my brains out if
I was
if
like,
you
no.
just went up and articulated what my daughter's vagina feels like to me.
There's a lot of
I
butt
should
stuff,
kill
too.
you.
There's butt stuff in there.
I had to break your fucking. You're talking about fucking the man's daughter's at. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, and
The
you
girl-
invited that guy. He didn't just like happen to be in the audience. You were like, "Hey, come
Yeah,
check
it
out
was.
all this shit I've been working on."
My girlfriend's parents, I wouldn't. You don't do
the.
the anal bit. You don't do the anal bit with the girlfriends. Come the
Got to
con-
close on
there was a
anal for
conflict.
sure.
Because this is how sad it is like I was like, I gotta do the A stuff, and all the A stuff is gross sex jokes about
Right.
my girlfriend.
Lord,
So
maybe don't invite him then.
Yeah, don't fill the club with her family and friends.
Oh, I had to do these jokes to her. This is a weird sadomasochistic. Did her dad say something mean to you? And you're like, oh, I'll show you.
How about this, buddy?
Talk about
I got you a comp.
That'll teach you. Fucking
Is that
criticize my.
relationship still happening, Nick?
Yeah,
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
we're living together.
Are y'all in Chicago?
Yeah.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Just
Well,
utter
then.
surprise by everyone involved. Just him is like, oh,
We're-
okay.
Everybody's like, "Oh my god, are you serious?"
Yeah. That must
After
be true
that?
love. Must be pure, just true soulmates. Yeah.
It's pretty incredible. I'm
Yeah.
surprised myself. We're doing
That's
great.
good.
It does help your life a lot. I will vouch for that.
Grounds you for sure.
Well,
And you
Tim,
don't
do you have anything you want to plug before we head out?
I mean, just the little web series we have, Roommates in Law, which is fun.
Oh my god, it's the best.
Great. It's hilarious. You guys should check it out.
We put those out every week, and then just different stuff coming up. I'm at Zany's this weekend with Kevin Bozeman, so that's fun.
Awesome.
Bozeman's a ripper. But yeah, other than that, no. But thank you guys for having me. This was fun as fuck.
Absolutely. Thanks
Absolutely.
for coming on, man.
Yeah, man. It was fun. Hey, thank you for watching. Wasn't that funny? Wasn't that a great clip or full episode? Do you want to watch more? Because I got more. Oh, we got more. We got full episodes and we got clips right here and right here. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook for updates on live dates for both me and Kenyon. If you have a dad story that you want to that you want to share with us, feel free to DM any of those. Or email us at fckyoudadpodcast@gmail.com. Thank you. And keep watching. Please share it. Tell everybody. Tell literally everybody you know about this podcast.